Rossi Sanchez, extra pounds and pimples. Extra pounds and pimples, Rossi Sanchez.
I was back at Jackson Memorial Hospital with my mother
for my weekly dose of torture at the hands of a giant doctor with the bedside manner of Frankenstein, who would inject a miracle fluid on huge welts in my face and neck. The pressure was so immense, I thought my skin would crack. I was 10 years old then and had a horrible case of acne. It wasn't just on my face and neck, but on my chest, my back, my arms. And my parents shuttled me from one specialist to another, looking for a cure. One doctor recommended squeezing all my pimples to get rid of them. This exercise proved not only to be immensely painful, but left huge scars all over my upper body. I was so ashamed of my scars. I always hid them. Except for the beach. I never uncovered my arms, never revealed my shoulders, never showed a bit of cleavage. I hid under long sleeves, even in the sweltering Miami heat. But the clothes didn't just cover the scars. They also helped mask the excess weight I carried since childhood. For years, I saw everything, did everything, experienced everything from the perception of my body. Even in the midst of receiving an award or traveling in a foreign country or being out on a date, I would be pinching my muffin top somewhat inconspicuously to remind myself of how I wasn't worthy because I was fat. For years, I saw my life through a veil of extra pounds and pimples. And then one day, at university, I was chatting with a counselor about my grades, and somehow we got on the subject of arms and scars and hiding, and he very wisely led me to see that I was holding myself back, not performing at my peak in school, but also imprisoning myself by covering up who I truly was. That was my aha moment, the moment I decided to liberate myself, to allow myself to get rid of the self-induced shame. And slowly, I started to liberate my body and my skin. My path from self-loathing to self-loving spans decades. But whether it was the weight or the scars, my transformation started with a simple premise. I had to accept myself as I was before I could change any part of me. How could I possibly accept myself with 30 extra pounds and a landmine of scars? It became easier once I realized that I'm much more than just a body. And that this body is just a vessel that helps us navigate the world we live in. Oh, but it's no ordinary vessel. This body of ours is a priceless work of art. It's masterful. Our bodies practically run themselves with very little effort on our part. I mean, have your lungs ever asked you for help pumping air? Or has your heart ever put you on notice that it was going to take a few days off? Don't worry. All you got to do is beat 24/7 and manage a bit of blood work. I'll be back in a week. No. Normally, our bodies go on about their business of keeping us alive, even when we insist on talking down to them or mistreating them. Once I realized that, I stopped harassing my body and started loving on it. Every morning, I I'd wink at the mirror and throw myself a kiss. This wasn't easy at first. Heck, I couldn't even hold my own stare. But little by little, I started showing myself more and more love. And today, ha! It's a freaking honeymoon every morning in front of the mirror. The joy that I get from telling myself loving, kind, and endearing words is beyond anything I could ever imagine. I glow, regardless of what's going on in my life or what I may look like. And I know I'm getting older, like everybody else. And I know I've gained a few COVID pounds, like most everybody else. But despite the extra wrinkles and the little pouch, I also know that I'm still this beautiful woman who's smart, funny, playful, loving, generous, passionate, adventurous. Should I go on? But this is what I mean. There is so much more to us. So much goodness, so much love inside every single one of us. You. We're all wonderfully amazing, wonderfully magnificent. Decades have passed. And my scars, somewhat faded, but they're still there. I just don't see them. Haven't for years. Look, my skin may not be perfect, but it's my skin and I love it. And today, I can honestly say that I don't just feel good, but I feel pretty darn great in my very own skin. And that, beloved Toastmasters and guests, is truly liberating. Toastmaster?
Thank you.